Ulonka tabati yada to ye ko madaifa. Ino to ye ko je ulon fi bipa. Oba tala, oba takutakun. Songo Eshu, Ogun Oya Osun. Kini ṣẹ̀ṣe tán ṣe nílé yìí o. Ó jẹ́ lọ jára rẹ̀.
Alafia, peace and blessings, family. Welcome to another episode of the African Spiritual Experience. I am your host, Orisha Bemi, and we are back with another quick, short live stream, family. I want to chop it up with y'all real quick about this topic called the toxic extraction. We're going to get straight to it. Yeah, I've seen and heard some people sending me messages about certain disgruntled mad rapper energy podcasters out there talking reckless and making all kind of nefarious accusations about fraud and this and that, we started the year out with a show with me and Wunam, and I spoke about alignment, right? Alignment and like not aligning with certain types of energies, certain types of atmospheres, environments, et cetera, et cetera. So initially I wanted to go in and match petty for petty, but the elders got to me and told me, handle it professionally. Don't handle it all or handle it professionally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just say like this, bro. I got 10 plus years of receipts. Okay. I'm not even going to put your name out there because you ain't getting no free ad time on the channel. But apparently, we got a past guest that's upset and angry because they can't get on the show when they want to get on the show, but you don't run the show. Like, it's not your show. You know what I mean? So it's like, if and when the times would have aligned, you would have got on the show, but they didn't. So I would encourage you to get some extra reps in with your show. Get it up, get your weight up. But at the end of the day, I feel like more than anything, we got enough real shit going on in the world for me to be addressing petty bullshit. Like for real, because there's real shit going on for real people in real life. So excuse me to the elders, because I know we got a lot of elders that watch the channel who show nothing but love and support. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. My apologies in advance for a little bit of the, the language, but fuck nigga, I don't see you. I'm not afraid of you. Ain't afraid of nothing about you. Okay, so let me just be clear with that. And furthermore, I'm not going to address it any further because it is what it is. But what I will say is this, emotional intelligence is a real thing. I spoke about this in my third book, Young Kings, and I'll share that, because I feel like it's something that's relevant for this particular individual. Trauma is a real thing. So when we deal with trauma, if we don't deal with the trauma properly, if we don't deal with pain properly, if we don't deal with inadequacies or whatever the case may be properly, we start to project it. You know what I'm saying? We project that pain, we project that fury, we project that rage, like it gets projected. And this is coming from somebody who personally, I'm not immune to it. You know what I'm saying? I done projected many a times before from being not knowingly in pain or whatever the case may be and raging and wanting to knock everything over and crash out. But at the end of the day, I give gratitude and thanks for growth, because growth is what got me here today. So being able to grow, being able to elevate beyond the low frequency fuckery, like it's a huge thing. And it's crazy to me because this particular individual, like every time I talk to him, they talking about somebody else reckless. So it's just like at the end of the day, like the bullshit that you're talking, it has no credibility. I got receipts for real. Anybody can have an opinion, but I got receipts. And I'm not going to get on here and talk about the receipts because I don't have to do that. I do this in real life. Been doing it in real life. As a matter of fact, the same person has seen it in real life. So with that being said, family, I definitely had a dope presentation that I'm going to have to share tomorrow. I had to push it back because I want to get out there and address this. And for those of you who probably ain't in the know, I just want to share, for the sake of those who might be in the know. I really don't see none of that. It's petty. It's child's play. And we need to grow up. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because at the end of the day, if a person can't get their own shit together to do their thing with their thing, how you gonna get mad at somebody else because they doing their thing and you didn't get your chance to do your thing with them when they had time for you to do it, right? Make that make sense. So at the end of the day, bro, like, hey, get your game up, get your platform up, whatever makes you happy and tickles your fancy, you do that, and don't worry about what we do over here. But all the fraud bullshit, that's cap. And I'm not even going to waste my time with bringing in receipts because it's not worth it. But I say that to say, family, I'll definitely be back tomorrow with the initial presentation. Yeah, facts, and Kosi. With the don't worry about it. Voice art was there. It's really irrelevant, but for the sake of transparency and for the sake of letting people know, like, bro, you it's a non-factor, like for real. We're not really. Nobody's impressed. Nobody's intimidated. Nobody's nervous. Like you talking reckless about people just because you got your own thing going on. But what I'll say this: do some inner work. Seriously, do some inner work. I'm gonna share Young Kings. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna share a little bit of Young Kings for the sake of having receipts. Emotional intelligence is a real thing. You know what I mean? So if we have emotional intelligence and we work on that, developing that skill, it helps with a whole lot of things in regards of doing right in life or doing well in life, being successful in life, right? But if you getting mad, angry, anxiety, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things is going on every time things don't go your way. That's the equivalent of a preschooler. Like that's somebody in daycare throwing a tantrum, knocking over the table because they couldn't have a cookie when they, you know what I'm saying, wanted it, or knocking over all the toy chests because they couldn't go outside and play when they wanted to. Like that's child's play, man. We got a real war going on with real people losing their lives and people on the internet trying to internet gangbang. I ain't got time for that. So I say all that to say, family, I definitely want to just jump on here real quick and be professional about it. The elders talked to me, told me to be a pro. Don't go in there acting a fool, cutting up. But I still want to address it because at the end of the day, bro, like we ain't seeing none of that bullshit. And I also want to give a shout out to the sister Donna Davis Sadler. Got gifted a phenomenal book, man. A real dope book. Came in the mail. It was a blessing because she sent this book and then featured, Ashe in the book as a visionary. So I definitely want to give, a thanks to indigenously-black.com author Donna Davis Sadler for the shout out, man. She definitely put a dope book together. I'm gonna reach out and see if she wouldn't mind coming on the show to talk a little bit more about the book. But I say all that to say the timing is kind of impeccable because I definitely give shout out to her and appreciation because to be honored amongst some greats, you know what I'm saying? Like she got some really dope people in this book. And so it's truly humbling for me, you know what I mean, to be honored, for Ashe in the book as a visionary. And, the company that's in here is powerful. So I definitely give gratitude to her. I want to give her a shout out and give thanks to her for that opportunity of being named in the book. And, shout out to the tribe. We'll definitely be back tomorrow with our regular scheduled program. Did want to get into the emotional intelligence again before we get out of here. Yes, indeed, Miss Sandra Edwards, it definitely is. But, with emotional intelligence, it's something that, we work on with self-management. We got to be able to manage our impulsive feelings, behaviors, and manage them emotions because, healthy ways take initiative. You feel me? So it's like when you got healthy habits, you usually have healthy energy. When you have healthy energy, you usually have healthy relationships. When you have healthy relationships, you usually have a healthy life. So, I don't know what that person's lifestyle is. I don't know what any of that is, nor do I care. But I just know that at the end of the day, like a man can talk to a man to man without raising their voice, without throwing tantrums, without, wilding out and all that bullshit. So it is what it is for that family, but I definitely got a dope one that I'm coming back tomorrow night at, I think 9:30 or 9:45 with Energy Vampires, because that's a real thing too that I definitely want to address. So I got a whole dope presentation I'm looking forward to sharing with that one. And then I'm working on pulling up another one. I think we're going to do something on exorcism and exorcists because I do know an exorcist and y'all do too. They've been on the show multiple times. So we're going to get them together and get on here, man, and talk about exercising demons because demons are a real thing, like for real. So if you don't know, they really are real. Matter of fact, there's a movie called Fallen with Denzel Washington. I think it came out in like the early 2000s. And what the gist of the movie is, it talks about how this demon, can go from person to person just by a simple touch. And so by doing that, you can catch that demon by somebody just touching you. So we got to be careful with the type of people that we allow in our circle, in our space, because, demons can be projected through, the internet as well. You know what I mean? So it's a real thing. So with that, family, I definitely want to, keep it short, keep it sweet, and send this message to, that person and that energy to let them know we ain't starting none of that shit. We here building a movement. We building a nation. And we're not having anything that's not in alignment with that. So with that, family, I definitely see y'all tomorrow. 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Patreon, I got something I'll be dropping in there for y'all tomorrow too. I'm looking forward to that in regards to the KIN number. And then we got some other things that's going to be coming in there too. So with all that, I definitely give gratitude and thanks for the love, support, from all the tribe, from everybody that rocks with us. And, that ain't got no ego and no low vibrational frequency energy going on. So, I think bro need a hug, man. Somebody give that brother a hug. I think that might be something that could help. But with that, family, I'll see y'all on the next episode. We are out. Oh, dabo. Peace.
ẹni tó gbàgbé ilé sàpò ìyàgbọ́ tẹ́ǹtì ẹni takisa ní tàtàn ò bá padà sílé anítìjàkọ ẹja lọ pé eégún mo sí ẹni gbẹ́rẹ́ ìpàkọ́ forsake not your ancestors and pray